What is good? It is your boy PhaseOne, back once again with a tutorial of some sorts. It's not going to be a production tutorial, it's going to be more of a walkthrough. This song was like 3 years old, so a lot of the elements have been frozen and bounced to audio and everything. But we're going to work with what we got. This song is called Reign of Malice, which just came out on my brand new Beyond Oblivion EP. And it was my first time self-releasing an EP on my brand new record label, Sounds of Mayhem. Yay! It's very exciting, very scary. But yeah, this song's been very anticipated for many years because it's like a 3-year-old song. Finally stoked to put it out. It's had many different variations over the years, but this is the one that we ended up putting out. So let's kick things off and just go through all the different channels and elements and stuff. So the song starts off with some drones with like a little melody over the top. I'll just give it a quick play. So the first thing here, let's do the lower. I think this might be it. Is this it? It is. It's like a drone playing some different notes here. As you can see, the different notes being played out here. They're essentially just like the root notes of chords. And then we've got like a little lead playing over the top here. As you can see, the notes being played here. It's just a serum patch I made. There's not much going on. Basically just saw waves, which are distorted. And then I ran them through like a cabinet, and added a bunch of reverb. So that's that. And then there's a few other layers doing the same thing. Assisting layers, I guess you'd say. These two here are playing basically a counter melody. Very similar, but yeah, you'll hear the difference. Has a bit more high end and just like distortion. We've got it frozen, but it's essentially coming from this bit crusher. And this one's doing the same thing. So that kind of makes up the intro, honestly. There's like I've got a couple of little drones here, like just a chord, just like a sample I dragged in, and some scary atmos. Few little effects going on, but nothing crazy. It's kind of the whole intro. This is quiet parts. We've got some like eerie vocals that kind of come in, which you can hear here. So that's the intro. Nothing too insane. Just like nice and eerie, creepy chords and stuff. So then in this part here, it's more just drones. Basically all those elements, but just holding that drone, and every like fourth count it goes up a semitone. And then this is where the vocals kick in. So you'll see my vocal group. It's pretty hefty. Like there's a lot going on there, but these are all the raw. These are all the raw files that Quiet sent me, and I've managed to lay them in a certain way for different sections. So yeah, this guy has some beastly vocals, like. Pretty good. And there's some like left and right bounces as well. yeah, is two going left and right. He processed them a lot already, and I just kind of did some extra little things like add a bit of OTT and there's some soothe on there to like make it less harsh. I use this guy a lot, the M Spectral Dynamics. I prefer using that over OTT, honestly. So instead of you having like multi-band dynamics, I guess, yeah, which is what OTT is. It's kind of the same thing, but it's more spectral. I don't know the mathematics or stuff behind it, but I think it sounds cleaner than OTT, and just kind of keeps everything sounding good without sounding too overly compressed or anything. So that's kind of the main thing that I've got going on the vocals. Ties it all together nicely. But yeah, EQ, bit of delay. Cool. So that's the vocals. I'll minus them for now. These are just a bunch of samples from my sample pack that I've dragged in. Just like rises and stuff. Like I pretty much use this riser in almost every song. It's kind of like a signature at this stage, I guess. It's kind of a brief example of what the song sounds like if you haven't heard it already. If you've seen me at any live show in the last 3 years, you would have heard me play this. I've played it every single set since then. Might have been a slightly different version, but yeah, same idea. Yeah, so there's nothing too crazy in the build up. It's just a bunch of rises and drums building up essentially. So let's just get into the nitty gritty here. The drop. Let me just solo the drums. Yep, just nice punchy drums. Kicks like nice and fat. This is like the main snare. Just like a nice hard hitting snare, and I've kind of layered more tonal sounding snares that they're all like, they're all high pass and low pass, so they're not conflicting with the like transient frequencies of the main snare. Yeah, they change pitch every second time, which follows the melody of the drop. So you'll hear it. It goes dun dun. Then there's some hats. I got a tambourine in there, cashmere pack, sweet. Got this nice china happening on every drum hit. Then I've got a contact bank here with my go-to. I use this pretty much every song. It's the Get Good Drums Invasion kit. It is very fat. I mostly just use it for cymbals, honestly, because I've got so many of my own like one-shot drum hits. So I mostly just use it for cymbals, and I've got it high pass, so it doesn't interfere with anything. But it's nice. Have a listen. You got some like real elements from the cymbals, and you got some like synthesized elements as well. Like these are all just like white noise. You know what I mean? And then I've got this one little bell, which kind of is a nice little touch throughout the song. Yeah, brutal. My sidechain group, there's a trigger here for every drum hit, every kick and snare drum hit, which is going through a volume shaper. So whenever one of these MIDI notes hit, it's going to duck everything from this entire group. So it's pretty much, I got my drum group, and then I've got my everything else group. So everything ducks whenever everything from the sidechain group ducks when one of those MIDI trigger happens. I know everyone's got their own way of doing sidechaining, but that's like when Ableton 10 came out and you could group groups. That's how I started doing this since then. So this is my gun group. Let's have a look. Let's have a listen to this. There's because this is where it gets fun with all the different layers and stuff. Yeah, so there's the gun group, and there's a few other layers going on to support that gun group. I'll start from the bottom. There's some actual guns, just playing the same rhythm as the rest. This is like a support, like giving some like tonalness to the stabs. And it's going through a hybrid reverb to make it sound like it's almost like putting it through a cabinet essentially. Because you can load up you can load up lots of different impulse responses in there, and actually make it sound like a guitar cabinet. So I use that a lot because it also gives elements a lot of stereo width and everything. See what I mean? That's what it sounds like without it, and then sounds way cooler. So this is my sub. It's essentially just an operator doing a sine wave, and the pitch envelope is high up. So every time there's a trigger, it goes down in pitch really quickly. So it has like this attack sound almost. And yeah, that's it. A lot of these layers have already been bounced down, just because it's such an old project. And there was a lot of reconciliation and all that. This one's just like literally a pink noise layer. Yeah, so just a bit of high end there. This is some guns that are frozen down. And then there's some other top end stuff here, like it's more just like clicks and everything to accent the transient. So when you put it all together, there, that's kind of the meat and potatoes of the song, and the rest is more just about like it's more about the composition. Like the sound design's super basic, but what I've been doing in a lot of my songs is adding vocals over the drop and everything, to make it sound like more of like almost like a verse. Like it's like it also sounds super metal as well. Like for example, like you know what I mean? It's almost like having a verse, like an actual breakdown, and then straight from a breakdown into like a metal chorus, essentially. You know. Yeah, it's just a metal song, but with subs and shit. Because there is, throughout the whole song, there is actually, I forgot to mention, there is guitars going on in unison, like it's another layer. So through every single bass stab, there's all this stuff going on too. So there's a bunch of layers here. There's just a synth guitar. There's a bass guitar, and there's some recorded guitar as well. It's all just like chopped up, ones left and right. Yeah, so that's all being layered with those guns. So yeah, this is literally just a metal song. And then like the chorus, obviously, like and it's all like quite high pass to allow all those like chugs to still shine through in that low end. Yeah, you can see the melody happening. That one's frozen, but yeah, this one's not. It's really just the same sound kind of repeated through the whole song, so there's not much variation. I kind of left it up to the composition more than anything. The sound design kind of doesn't really change a whole lot. It's exactly the same thing going on. It's just different rhythm. It's just like dun, 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 dun. This is the heavy part. This is like where, like, you know, in metal songs where there's a breakdown and then there's like an even slower breakdown. I mean, this isn't like a slower breakdown. It's just like a quarter time. So it's like quarter time dubstep, which I haven't really heard many people do. So, but it works. I tell you, it works. Like, listen to this. It's just annihilation. But yeah, I don't know, that's kind of it. Like it's just like a little walkthrough for you. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoy my new EP. It's 3 songs. It's called Beyond Oblivion, and this is from it. So go stream that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got some merch and stuff in the description below. So yeah, I don't often do these things, so if you want to hear some more, let me know in the comments. But thanks for tuning in. This is PhaseOne checking out.